I want to show you probably, I almost said one of the saddest things, but that's not true. Because I know some of the, if I was into sadness, sad situation now. But I want to show you, I've said over and over and over again, and I recommend to the blacks that they drop their anger, forgive their mothers, forgive their fathers, and God will forgive them, and they'll be free. Really. And some are starting to do that, men, black men and women. And but most are not, which is the way it's going to be anyway. And I've said over and over again, I would ask experts and non-experts, tell me one thing that most black people have done, politicians, entertainers, or whomever, one thing that they have done to make America better, that will enhance the lives of America. Just name me one thing. I ask only for one thing that majority of blacks have done to make America better. And not one person has ever been able to give me one example of the good. Now it's so bad that not all, of course, but black people have started promoting, and they're putting it in the school books. They're promoting evil as good because they have nothing good to teach or to promote or to say this is good. And so now they are pushing evil and calling it good because they have nothing else to show. Isn't that a sad way to live? They are now putting this in school books. They are putting evil. They are putting drug addicts, allegedly drug addicts, and people who hate America, hate the police, into the school books, and they're calling this a good example. And you send your children to the schoolhouse, and they read this stuff. They put up statues of people like George Floyd and others who have done nothing good at all. And now they'll put it in the school book, Black Lives Matter and all that. Isn't that a shame that around the world, and I was really wondering about this over the weekend, and I know what it is, but what's going on, that around the world, black people have nothing good to show. When it's controlled by majority blacks or anything in other countries, nothing good. Isn't that like interesting? They only have evil and no good. In 12 News, social study textbooks recently appeared at the Scottsdale Unified School District have some parents furious. At the latest governing board meeting, several spoke out against a new U.S. history book textbook that includes topics like the Black Lives Matter protests, the death of George Floyd, and former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick taking a knee to protest police violence. But this is what black people want to put in a school book. All evil, and they're calling it good. Watch this from News, 12 News. Watch this.
The Scottsdale Unified School District actually received letters from law enforcement agencies, including the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, telling them to not approve this new textbook. But in a split vote, they did. It wasn't the $675,000 price tag for several new textbooks that had people upset. It was just one.
This is nothing but anti-police propaganda was being proposed.
A U.S. history book that addresses topics like the Black Lives Matter protests, the death of George Floyd, and NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick taking a knee in response to police brutality.
This isn't education. It's indoctrination.
A crowd gathered at Scottsdale Unified School District's latest governing board meeting to protest this new material, claiming it's activism wrapped up in a textbook.
Black Lives Matter. I don't want my son learning about that.
It portrays this in a negative view.
Jim Hill, the president of the Maricopa County Colleges Police Officers Association, also spoke out against the book, saying it doesn't provide enough context, bringing up Floyd's criminal history and how many officers were injured in the BLM protests.
They talk about only the things that inflame people, not here's what we've done, here's where we are in policing.
Poor white people. They trying to do the right thing, but now they stuck with the black people all over. I told you not to let these people on your boards in your government, in your media. This is what they're going to promote. They have nothing else to offer. What happened to the blacks? Black Lives Matter, and according to the report, George Floyd had drug issues. And I believe he reported he'd been in jail. And Colin Kaepernick, a loser. And they're promoting that to the children. And now the white people trying to fight it. Did I tell you not to let these people in your school? What do you think you're going to bring? A holiday? A few said these are topics that need to be covered. And these books are set to be released in 2025-2026 school year. Watch this.
While the majority of speakers were against the book, a few said these are topics that need to be covered.
Now more than ever, it is vital to provide students with a comprehensive education rooted in trust and fairness.
And is it messy? Yes. Is it uncomfortable? Yes. You may not like the fact that George Floyd is brought up, but Derek Chauvin is serving time for murder.
When it came time for the board to discuss, 2 members were against it, saying they don't like the message it sends to students.
I'm going to stand with our law enforcement today. Thank you.
However, the other 3 board members said while they received threatening emails, the majority of people were okay with these topics. Those members also said they trust their teachers to add context to the content, giving both sides of what is being discussed.
We followed all board policy and state law. I understand people may feel differently, but we also have to recognize that we're serving a diverse curriculum.
Approving the matter in a split 3-2 vote. These new textbooks are set to roll out in the 2025-2026 academic school year.
That's what you get for letting those women on your boards. What a mess, huh? They are going to be promoting evil and calling it good. Because black people have nothing that's look like black people would not want this in the school books. And the little kids going to be learning about this. Look like they wouldn't want that. It's time to separate. It really is, folks. I'm warning you, but do what you want. Well, maybe it's too late anyway because now we're having terrorist attacks in our country. I wonder, will they include this in the Black History books? This is from Yahoo News. A teenage boy in Maryland arrested for allegedly breaking into 121 cars in a single night was ordered to be released. Then more than a dozen more vehicles were looted the next day. Will they put this in their Black History books? Watch this from NBC 4, Washington.
Hey there, this is an absolutely insane story. We are talking about a juvenile, a 16-year-old, being implicated in over 100 vehicle break-ins, all of it happening in one night, not just in Prince George's County, but also in Anne Arundel County and Howard County. I want to get over to the chief of the Laurel Police Department, who just walked away from this podium and updated us. 121 vehicle break-ins, 3 teenagers. You were able to arrest one and charge one just last week. What's the deal with the 2 other teenagers, Chief?
So, due to the continuing investigation, our detectives identified 2 other young people that were involved, and we anticipate them to be in custody later today.
We're looking at video right now of what happened on the night of May 4th, car after car after car. It's 121 in total. What was it, like 40 or 50 just in the city of Laurel alone?
We had 54 here in Laurel. The rest were, as you mentioned earlier, Howard County, joining Prince George's County, and Anne Arundel County.
And what were these kids doing?
They were just simply going through neighborhoods and targets of opportunity, breaking into cars. If there was something in there, they would steal it. If there's nothing in there, they'd move to another car.
I thought that Prince George County is where people say the black neighborhood are well-to-do. What the? So here's the last soundbite on this beautiful, just gorgeous atmosphere with black people. These are juvenile that was accused of 121 break-ins of automobiles in one single night. The juveniles were released. The juvenile was released within 5 hours of arrest. And Laurel Police Chief believe accountability is needed. WBC4, Washington.
We had 54 families just here in Laurel who lost their car for a period of time. That's also a loss of money on their deductible that the family many times can't afford. And we have community meetings. We hear about this repeatedly. And people are upset there's no accountability. The people that are responsible for doing this should be held accountable to make these families whole on their losses. And also there should be an amount of rehabilitation within the system. This young man was released within 5 hours of us taking him into custody, back into the environment that he came from. That's not an unusual circumstance. And frankly, from what we see is there's little to, if any, accountability down the road from the system, the rest of the system. There needs to be an amount of accountability. That's the only way they're going to learn not to do this. And they need to make sure that the people, our victims, at least in some way, are made whole from their losses.
Amazing. Black fatigue. What a mess, huh? What's wrong with the blacks?